At the rate it's coming, New Mexico could soon be awash in federal stimulus money, extra money. We've learned that the Los Alamos National Lab and the nuclear dump at Carlsbad will be sharing nearly $400 million for environmental cleanup work. Now comes word that the city of Santa Fe has been promised $750,000 for energy efficiency improvements. Nick Schiavo runs that department at City Hall and joins us. You've been promised the money. What do you hope to use it for?
I've spent the last about year doing energy efficiency audits or energy audits on existing city buildings and identifying places where the city could save money through changing out lighting, tightening up the building envelope, so additional insulation, new boilers, those type of items. And I hope to spend the majority of the stimulus money on making those upgrades to city buildings. When you take a look at the payback period for these different buildings through the energy audits, the blended payback is probably about 7 years. So the money we put up now, we'll get back in 7 years, and then every year after that, that's just savings for the city. I also hope to use some of the money on small-scale photovoltaic projects, 10 to 15 kW at some of our existing buildings. I know that the Southside Library already has a conduit that runs from the roof to the electrical room, and the new fire station number 3, we're putting that same kind of conduit in, so that I could go back after the buildings are done. In this case, Southside Library is already done, but with the fire station number 3, that we could go back in and put a system up on the roof and not have to cut into the walls to put a cable down into the electrical room.
Have you looked into this new technology, the thin film solar?
Definitely, and I would say that thin film is not even new anymore. A company, I don't want to name drop, but there's a company out there that has been making it for several years now. It's a proven technology and very viable, less expensive, doesn't produce quite as much energy per square foot, but when you take into account the cost of it, it's a great deal.
Now, you are not using that then, you're using photovoltaic cells, or that's what you'd like to do?
Well, a photovoltaic cell, a thin film is a photovoltaic cell.
Ah.
So as the one company that makes them, it produces it from cadmium telluride, and it's cadmium and telluride in their patented blended mix in between 2 layers of glass, and so this does very well. Even in cloudy, diffuse conditions, which we don't have to worry about here, it still produces a lot of energy. Even when it's a bad angle on the sun, it still produces energy.
You've got something like $781,000 coming. Is that what you had expected, what you'd like to see?
That was the number that was thrown around. That's a good number, and I believe it was based on population. If you take a look, that any city in New Mexico that has a population greater than 35,000 citizens was given an allocation. So as an example, I think Albuquerque got about $5 million.
So it's on a sort of a per capita calculation?
Yes, I believe that's how they did it.
Well, when it comes, how soon can all this get done? You know, they want to have these projects done quickly.
Well, it's such a horrible buzzword, shovel-ready, but the city of Santa Fe is truly shovel-ready. I have a stack of reports on my desk, all the energy audits for 11 different city buildings, and so it's outlined what the project is, exactly what kind of engineering needs to go into it, what the system would look like, and how much it's going to cost, and what the energy savings would be, and from that it's calculated what the payback period is. So to answer your question, if I got the money, and I'm filling out the paperwork now to get the money, but I anticipate getting it within the next 60 to 90 days. I would say within 1 year of getting that money, we could have all of it spent on these type of projects.
Okay, Nick Schiavo, thanks so much.
You're welcome.